just didn't give me the option.
One,
Hope we're good to go.
three,
Here we are. Let's see.
5,
Hey,
6,
I'm
7,
here.
8,
Boom.
9.
Live. We are rolling. You're here. You're just snacking, bro.
Snacking
Just
here.
snack.
Let me do something.
Out. You snacking, bro.
Oh, 1 second, bro.
You snacking, bro. He said.
Oh,
What are you doing?
1
Well, I don't know if I should have started the podcast with you eating still, because now you're just not even gonna say anything. Man, hurry up.
Anything.
Eat faster.
I can only eat so fast. I have
Well,
TMJ.
Eat so fast. Eat so fast that they'll say, "Man, he's eating so fast."
All right, dumb.
You still chewing, bro. So what'd you do today? You still eating, see? Got him. Today was rest day for me in terms of the gym. Rest days, I hate rest days because I just be wanting to be at the gym and stuff and working out. But after you do the rest day, I guess for me, a rest day is like what other people consider as a gym day. Like they have the same feelings as going to the gym as I do not going to the gym, because I'm like, I dread rest days because I want to be doing something, but I always feel better after I take a rest day. I guess that's how everybody else does.
I think I'm gonna like rest day since my I'm not shins, and my calves are kind of blown. The
4 days in a row, bro.
the 200s that I did
PR.
yesterday, bro. It may be 5. It depends if you run tomorrow morning or not.
I'm definitely running. You've came back, bro. It might be your first win this month. So, like we always talk about, we do the monthly challenges with running. Me, Peyton, and Trevor. Trevor, it was on his honeymoon for like the first 2 weeks of the month, but he's got 27 miles today. We got one more day left in the challenge. I took the lead like early this week because I don't know. Peyton was like, his schedule landed weird, so it allowed me to be in the lead. And then Peyton retook the lead tonight. He ran how far did you run?
6 miles, bro.
6 miles. Okay, so all I gotta run is 5.5. But then you'll run and beat me tomorrow night. See, that's what I was telling him. I got the disadvantage because Peyton and Trevor both run at night. So if I hit my run tomorrow morning and I'm in the lead, like feeling good about myself, go to bed, and I wake up and Peyton had won because he wakes up when I go to bed.
Like, I have one more run this week. I can either choose to do it tomorrow or wait till this weekend.
See, what I'm going to have
It
to
might
do.
be better to do tomorrow anyway. So,
I don't think so, man. You might overdo it. It's 5 days, bro. My predicament is I have a long run Saturday, which isn't really long. It's only 5 miles. And I have a 35-minute run tomorrow. But I guess what I'm going to have to do is just swap those runs. I might just run for an hour and see what happens tomorrow on the road. Just so I can see what's up.
I don't like when you do that because then you just decide, like, hey, I'm going to run 30 more minutes.
Yeah, like that one day when I wasn't even supposed to run, and that's how I took the lead. Just decided to go on the treadmill for like 20 minutes, ended up being an hour. Took the lead.
Dude,
It was a healthy lead.
My shorts completely changed colors by the time that run was over.
Dookie Brown.
Well, yeah, but yeah. So you asked me what I did today. Do you mean today as in today, or
I was just going to get you to talk about your run.
It was hot. It cooled off
You
towards
almost
the
didn't
end.
go, did
Sun
you?
started going down a little bit. I was in some shade, but
Let's see what the weather was today to let the people know.
I just know when I woke up, it was 95. Felt like 111.
Yeah.
And then when I got to the gym, it was 95. Felt like 111. And when I started my run, it was 95. Felt like 111. I don't know what it was when I finished, but
It was probably a lot cooler because it gets cooler through the day. I don't.
look, I stopped a couple times. One, I stopped running to walk up a hill down a Pine Lodge. It was that first big hill you hit. And then I stopped to pee on my way back. And when I stopped, I was
Why you had to
blistering.
stop?
Well, I mean, my shorts looked like I peed myself by the time I was over with it.
You probably did though.
I
When
did-
I put out a like a 95 plus effort on a run, like my mile, run a mile or like a 5K, or yeah, I just runs mainly. I like as soon as I get done, I feel like I have to pee myself. Like I almost pee. I probably do.
I usually have the urge to poop during runs.
Well,
I don't-
crap.
I don't know. I guess all the sweat just kind of lubes it up or something.
That's not an image I prefer. Just to talk about. All right. Well, the reason we're running, well, we always do the run challenges, but next month, Trevor is probably going to be in the lead. But we're doing a marathon. We probably brought it up 15 times. But we're doing the Seven Bridges Marathon in Chattanooga, Tennessee, October 15th. If you're
2023.
listening, sign up, bro. Have you signed up yet?
No.
You be signing up last. I signed up the other day. I got a discount code. I looked up the marathon on Facebook and was seeing some people posting their discount code. So I just used somebody random's discount code.
All right, give me
Williams.
the discount code.
Williams 10. You get 10% off,
$90.
which is pretty cheap for a marathon. I mean, I guess compared to St. Jude, I feel like St. Jude was like $200.
I guess I'll do the 5K. Freaking half. The 5K is half the price of a marathon. How does that work?
I mean, there's certain costs.
We'll go ahead and sign up live. How about that?
Sign up, bro. Put your credit card information up here where we can see it.
Okay. Let me just. I'm completing this full. Oh, dude, I'm gonna sign Peyton Franklin
That's
up.
it's 15 weeks. He wanted the link. He talked like he was gonna do the 5K, but y'all know watching this what that means. Nothing. 15 weeks and 3 days. Let's see if I can pull up my countdown. Where's this? I had it like set up. Calendar.
Okay, emergency contact name. Let me go. I guess. Dude, my mom was worried about me.
15 weeks, 3 days. Yeah, you said your mom wasn't gonna let you run.
See, I was like right under 3.5 miles in, and she texted me if I was okay. I told her I'm alive for now. How many non-runners are traveling with me? Why is that a question?
In case
How many non-runners are traveling with me?
at least 2.
Do the kids count?
I wouldn't count the kids. Just
Oh,
count
who's the two?
Peyton Franklin, and Abby. I wouldn't bet on Peyton running, but he might show up to the trip. We're gonna split the Airbnb. I need to go ahead and just.
You already
Abby,
created
I
a
don't know.
team?
No, I haven't created a team.
I'm going to create a new team.
I don't. What's a good name? If we come up with
Footwork
a name,
in?
we can. I mean, sure. I was thinking about something Related to
hard.
Frankie.
Oh,
Frankie's daddy.
Frankie gets hard.
Frankie's daddies.
Hardness.
Some hard dudes.
Where's my camera blurry for you?
I mean, it was earlier, but it's just not crispy. But it's never been crispy. It's just a webcam, bro. You're only gonna get so much out of a webcam.
Bro, I almost spontaneously bought a guitar at work last night.
Why do they have guitars at your work?
I'm sitting on break and I'm watching TikTok and I see one guitar video and I almost bought a new guitar while at work. I'm just like, let me think of this before I just start buying things.
It's always a good idea to think about stuff.
It's dangerous to be like me. You see something you want, you go buy it, and then you're like, crap.
Unless you actually need it, then you don't buy it.
Yeah.
So we got our
I
marathon
just
training
won't add a
plans,
can
bro.
right now.
Yeah, just don't add it. We got our marathon training plans wrote up. You made yours up.
Yeah.
Did you make it after you saw mine?
So my original plan was to make my own, and then the 16th week kind of came sooner than it was supposed to. So I never actually sat down. So I looked at the Garmin one to kind of see what it had. So then
They
I
have
asked,
a marathon plan?
yeah,
Because I looked on there and I couldn't find a marathon plan.
you had to go on the website and do it.
Oh,
Because if you go on like the app, all it has is the Garmin coach, and it goes up to a half marathon, at least for me.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But and then asked for yours so I could kind of compare the two and kind of form my own off of it. So I went with kind of like
Bro,
I went with like the same kind of layout you had,
yeah, I was wondering,
but
like,
all your speed runs are speed runs. So that's why I did like speed/interval. Like I might mix it up once a week, every other week or so, because I'll do like probably like some 5-minute intervals and then stuff like that. But
yeah, I
also
actually, go ahead.
I also kind of wanted to do, because you have what, like 2 or 3 easy runs each week
Yeah, 3. Well,
if you
if the
count the
long run
marathon one.
counts-
Yeah.
yeah, if
So
the long run counts as the easy run.
the kind of goal I had was like, I wanted to, rather than doing just a whole lot of easy runs, I have my timed run. So I just run for a certain amount of time each week, or each time I do that time.
Like a 30-minute run or
Yeah.
45-minute run.
And that's my easy run. My easy run and my long run are what I'm counting as my easy runs. And then I do my speed or interval runs. And then I have a distance run, but it's a short distance. So like 3 to 5 miles or so. And I run it fast, in hopes of kind of like getting my VO2 max to a better level. Cause my VO2 max went down again today, but my race predictions got faster. So I'm confused.
Well, VO2 max doesn't really have anything to do with.
See, I thought, because I've only
anything.
had this watch for, like a month now. So it's kind of like, I thought they were, a month and a half. Thought those were kind of synchronized. If the VO2 max gets better, your race prediction got better or something. But I'm going to kind of
works together with a lot of other things.
Yeah. I'm going to kind of take a picture of that each time. It went from, my 5K time went from 24:35 to 24:29 after that 6 mile. So, I don't know. I'm trying to keep track of certain things. But that 3 to 5 mile, I'll just kind of run faster, just try to higher intensity stuff. And so I got one more run this week, really. It's a 3 mile. So I'll try to run it, much faster than my.
So I need to run 9.
Yeah.
10 just to
Well, no, it
guarantee the
just
win.
depends, because I could run that 3 mile Saturday. But if you run tomorrow, which you will, if you beat me, then I got to run it tomorrow.
If I go ahead and just run 10, I just guarantee the win.
And then that proves my point that you and Trevor run to win challenges, not run to better yourself.
I better myself by winning challenge. I don't ever win the challenges.
But
It's bad if I'm winning the challenge. I'm over here.
I always
gaining
have
weight.
my chance of winning, and then like it slips. Like I would have won March, but then I left Atlanta with a hurt foot and couldn't run for 2 weeks. So that kind of
You had
hurt
this
my
is like
nerves.
your third month that it's just like right here in your face, and you're
Yeah.
just like, okay.
Now I could have won January, but I really just did not want to go outside and do anything that last day. I ran 12 miles that morning, and you expect me to go outside and do something else? No,
Bro, it's like 0.1.
exactly.
You could have just added that onto your last mile.
But
Whatever.
yeah, so that's the way my program's kind of set up. I do one easy timed run. So this week was 40 minutes. Did some speed. I'll make up the speed in intervals as I go. I'm not going to have them set, So I did 8 200 yesterday. Ran a 29-second 200 meter. So that was pretty quick.
So mine was ends up being 4 days a week. You're doing 4 days a week the whole time?
Yes.
So I was gonna do 3 days a week for a little bit longer and decided that I was just enjoying the running and did 4 days a week. And then last week I did 5 days, and I felt fine until the other day when everything just went to crap. So it's been like 2 days since I've ran, but I'm gonna try to ease back into it tomorrow, and eventually. Where did you get this? This dude just come up with a toy out of a box. Where did he get this?
So
I don't think you're supposed to have that yet.
I have mine hoping that I'll hit each run, but I'm flexible. As long as I hit my easy run and my long run each week.
When
Not
I get
saying
good,
that I'm going to run only twice a week, but like as long as those are the two that I need to hit.
Take
I
it
need
to
to have an easy one, a short, easy run, and then my long run. And I don't care if I miss a speed run because I don't like running fast.
I might end up doing 5 days a week. Just saying, maybe get a little more intensity in there. Maybe get another, just
Win
something
more Garmin
different.
challenges.
Yeah, win more. Well, not really. Not really trying to do the mileage too much.
Yeah, I was trying to.
The only thing about running less frequent is you have to run longer, which I don't really have that much time to be running for hours a day.
You said William 10,
Williams.
all caps, I hope.
Yeah, sure.
I have, yeah, sure. I've read the race roster.
So, yeah, we feeling good, bro. We're gonna end up doing what we did this month in like a week.
So I will
By the
say
end
that
of it,
this run, despite the heat, was actually one of my better feeling runs. I was, running like 11:45. Like my goal. Let me make sure my goal pace is correct. I'm about to type in the pace calculator. I think 11:30 is 5 minute or 5 hour marathon, right?
I don't have a clue. That's definitely doable for. That's definitely doable. That's the thing, though, because if I do all these easy runs, I won't ever test my wannabe marathon pace, which I don't have a really. I don't start building my long run really for. It's only gonna be 5 miles this week. Add a mile for a couple weeks, and for 3 more weeks, and then I'm jumping like 2 miles. But I'm ready to start. Sure enough, running.
So in
Oh,
order to
man,
hit my sub 5 hour marathon, I have to run faster than 11:30. So probably like 11:25 or so.
It's
So I'm
it's
hoping
definitely doable.
I'm hoping to be able to do all my long runs on this prep stage at my marathon pace. And
What was
hopefully-
your half marathon pace when you did the half marathon?
I'd rather pull it up. I don't remember. I think I did it in like 2:15. I was running 5Ks, so I split it up into 4 5Ks, And I think I ran each 5K at like a sub 10 or so.
Let's say 2:15, which would be 135 minutes. That's 10-minute.
I ran that in October. So my overall pace was a 10:38.
So yeah, I think yeah, you could definitely do a sub 5. I think you should be shooting. Since I've done a marathon, I know more about where we could land. The last one, we really, honestly, my training for that was just like
Look at that.
when Trevor invites me on a long run, go with him.
1,500 calories.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And then I was doing like random 3 or 4 mile runs here and there. Like I wasn't doing anything consistently, and really, like I was not prepared. Besides just the random long run here and there that I survived. The goal for when we did that marathon was just to survive, and we did it. I feel like if I wouldn't have blown up the way I did, like my feet wouldn't have gave out on me, sub 5 easily. And Trevor was cramping just because he had a poor nutrition strategy. Just you and him always made fun of me, but it came down to it on the marathon. Like I was like, because I didn't cramp. I was hydrated. I had lots of energy. My feet just did not work. So that's what got me. We would have got around 5 at least. When we got to like mile 18, we were on pace for sub 5, and that was only 7 miles. It took me like 2 hours to do the last 7 miles, bro. Last whatever miles it was. This man's texting.
No, I'm updating my marathon prep page. I'm kind of doing like you are, keeping track of all of them on OneNote.
Do you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I heard you. Something about the cramping.
No, you didn't hear a single thing I said, bro.
Oh, you said Trevor had a poor nutrition plan. Your feet were cramping. He's kind of like me. And
my feet weren't cramping. They just gave out, bro.
Oh, wait, he was cramping.
You were gone. That whole little rant I just gave, you just were gone. I said he was cramping, which stopped him. Here we go again. Which that held him back, was his cramping. Just because he didn't have enough sodium and electrolytes. My feet just gave out. My energy was high. I ate enough. I had enough hydration. We got to mile 18, and I'm pretty sure during mile 18, we were still on pace for a 5-hour marathon. And it took us like 2 hours to do the last 7 miles. Not us, but me. Because I couldn't even walk, bro. I was walking. I was running slower than a walk pace, bro. I was doing like 22-minute miles. And I couldn't really walk either. So I was just barely making it in there, bro. So if I could just get the mileage on my feet in training, sub 5 easily, you can do it for sure. Just because, you beat both of us on a half marathon and 10Ks, bro. You're built for running, just like you're built for deadlifting. But you got long legs, bro. You're lightweight. You fit. You could do sub 5, bro. I think I know this is your first marathon, but I feel like I have a little bit of say in this. Sub 4 is not out of the question for you.
You see, set your expectations low, and you'll never be disappointed.
And you'll never be great. Prepare for the worst, but train for the best. You know what I'm saying? So what I think, we're just getting started, bro. This is week 1 for you of your training cycle. I think you should, when you start getting into like above 10 miles, look up what the sub 4 pace is. 4:22 is 10 minutes. we did our 10K at like 8:45. So I'm thinking 9-minute miles, 9.5-minute miles for 10 miles. Try to do that. Like, I'm pretty sure you could do it.
Man, what is this stupid thing?
What
Oh wait,
I
I
noticed,
did it in 4 seconds. Oops.
what I noticed when we did the 10K this year, like I had a pace plan for a certain thing when I tested it on the easy track, and I nailed it.
It's a
And like just
909
perfectly.
mile.
909 for sub 4,
Yeah.
bro.
That's fast.
You could do that, bro. There's a way you could do it. You could just, what we did last time was just break it up, and it was working, bro. We were killing it until, stuff started going down. But you're pacing and all that, you training, you gotta hydrate, bro. You need to
I've
make
been
sure
drinking.
to dial in your sodium, your electrolytes, all that, your water. You're
He's had
getting
no
enough.
sodium. It's got sugars. They look
Like,
the same.
white.
Yeah.
You
I mean, it
need
looks
to
the
get
same
your
as
nutrition
cocaine,
down.
too,
But I think it's not out of the question if you really pushed yourself. Like, I mean, I'll be, I'll try to hang with you, but don't set such a low things, because I think you should at least be shooting for a 430.
well, sub 5 is, pretty
Well, that's
ideal.
what I'm saying that's what we shot for, and we were almost gonna get it, but we didn't train. We had a lot of crap go down. Trevor did, and I just wasn't training for it. If you stuck to your plan, bro, you're gonna get low 4s. So I'm just trying to prepare you. Like, don't think just because we did 6 hours that you should be shooting for sub 5 is a big thing, because you are capable of a low 4 easy.
We'll see how these runs start feeling. This is just the first week of marathon specific training. Before this, I was prepping for marathon prep. Now I'm prepping for marathon.
Are you prepared? You're prepared to prepare.
Yes, but I
Let's
will
see.
say, my first run this week, I did a 40-minute easy run, and it was 3.43 miles. I ran at 11:42 pace, which in my average is 156. I ran my 6 mile today at 11:45 pace, and I averaged a 156.
That progressive.
Yeah, so more miles, same average. Now the only reason it would have actually been lower than it probably would have been like around 150, but that last like mile, a little over a mile, I was in the high 160s. Just I'm done trying to like manually control my heart rate or control my breathing while I'm running. If I just let my body breathe, give it back, it's automatic breathing. It handles it for me. I'm just like whatever.
All right, so this is kind of when I was preparing for the marathon, this is kind of what I based off of, is 2 to 3 cups of water an hour. Just generally speaking, this is something I found on the internet through YouTube videos, articles, and stuff. But just for running, generally you need to get 2 to 3 cups of water an hour, and 30 to 60 grams of carbs per hour. So, which if you take like gels and stuff, that'll cover it. Like it says every 45 minutes or so. I wonder how much, like, this last race, I carried water with me. I had people give me water, which I had too much. I ended up wasting some of it, even though I went an hour plus longer than I expected. But I think I'm just going to primarily rely on the aid stations this time, because they have so much, like, they have goos. When I was at St. Jude Marathon, they had goos, they had Gatorade and water at every stop. If I just stop and get some, get a cup of Gatorade, it's like every mile. So if I'm doing 4 miles an hour, minimum, I'm going to do way more than that. But if I'm doing 4 miles minimum and they're 4,
You can't read that at
I can't
all.
really read that. 4 cups. I mean, if there's like 4 ounces of water in each cup, that's 16 ounces. So that's 2 cups. So I should be good just taking the water from them, especially if I prehydrate,
Damn,
which
this
is
sucks. Piece of junk.
this is
camera.
something prehydration. I don't know if you've heard of it, but like I tried to do it a lot on the long runs. But like you just basically you not necessarily drink a lot of water because it'll be like slushy, but like drink like 16 ounces or 24 ounces, and then have like overload the electrolytes. And apparently that like I don't know if you could look it up or not, but like Nick Bear preaches it, and I see this other guy, Jeremy Miller, which I kind of found through Nick Bear. They do it, and what it basically does is get your blood volume up, and it's supposed to help, like with I don't even know what it's supposed to help because it's been so long since I listened to it. But I do that. I tried to do that where I like front load my electrolytes, and that way at least you have it there too if you're not getting it. A lot of people they don't. Most people are dehydrated anyway. So when they go to run, they're already behind. So even if they don't hydrate or if they do hydrate, they're still behind the whole race. So you need to pre-hydrate so you don't get into the dehydration because you're going to end up by the end of the race probably be dehydrated anyway, just because it's hard to keep up.
All right, I'm registered.
He's ready, bro. October 15th, it's official. At least me and Peyton Cook are doing it. Me and Cookie. And then I think I looked it up. I think they're gonna have goos
I've
or
signed
gels of
up
some
for
sort.
through Race Raster before, haven't I?
Yeah, that's what
That's the
Double Decker uses.
I hope that's the right one.
So I think I'm just gonna try to. Which when I used goos in training, a couple times I used them on the long runs. They kind of I feel like they made me have the runs while I was running, which is not a good thing.
No, we got the
But
runs right
maybe it was just because I wasn't used to it. So I'm gonna order some goos and probably some Gatorade endurance formula and just start training on that just so I'm ready for the race day and don't have anything crazy happen.
Once I start hitting like 10 plus, which should be after week 4. Yeah, week 4 is
3 weeks from now.
will be 10-mile
July.
10-mile run.
You should.
And I'll try to mix electrolytes, carbs, and my tailwind kind of together and try to feel my runs.
The main
that
thing
way.
is to not try, there's some things you could do that are optimal for training that you're not going to be able to do on the race day without any help, which we're not going to have help.
I can bring a hydration pack.
It should be heavy. You're going to be wearing it for hours, but you could do that. You've done it before, which I'm not going to do that
Yeah, it's
because
not gonna be
they
too
have
much
stuff
heavier.
there.
I'll probably lose weight
have
by the time this.
they have
training's over.
hydration there is what I'm trying to say.
Do they have pickle juice?
They may. Dude, there were so many random things. Like people just which St. Jude's a bigger marathon than Seven Bridges. But people just come out the woodworks to support these things. Like I think I ate a donut, popsicle. They have bananas. They have all kinds of stuff just there on the course. Like from random people like that are on the course just handing stuff out. And they had at St. Jude, they had like liquor and alcohol, like beer. I was like, bro, I'm not drinking. I'm not gonna do that. I'm already gonna throw up right now, bro.
Don't make me run tomorrow, please.
I'm not gonna make you, bro.
It's got a
I
high
prefer
of
you
100
not.
degrees.
See, that's where I have the advantage. Is I work out in the morning when it's cooler, but I also have the disadvantage because
I
you can
usually
just see
run
what
when
I
it's
run.
darker when it's cooler.
Yeah,
I'm never working out in the pure heat. It's usually kind of dimmed down by the time I go, but I had the podcast, so I couldn't run what I normally do.
So I'm gonna try to. Yeah, we're gonna dial it in, bro. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna see what works for us, and we're gonna we're gonna bring it back to the podcast and let some folks know what works best for us, at least.
Am I crazy to say I'm excited?
Bro, yeah, I'm excited. It's weird, bro. I was watching, bro. I'm the type of guy. Last year when we ran that 20-mile run, which I only ran like 18, and he ran 20, just because my same thing happened to me there as the marathon. Like my feet gave out. Uh, I was like, bro, I'm not down for this long distance running. That's not what I'm made to do. I was like, I even told Lake, I was like, when I get done with this marathon, bro, I'm done, bro. Just never again. And then even after the marathon, like the next day, we were talking. Me and Abby were talking, and it was like, I don't know, man. Everybody was asking, "You gonna do it again next year?" I'm like,
Oh
I don't
no,
know.
man.
And then as you get away from it, you're like, man, I gotta do that again. Especially just the way it went down. I finished it, but I didn't really, you know, I didn't finish it at the time that athletically I can.
You weren't
But
properly trained. But
that's
now
that's
this, but
that's
now you're
true.
kicking in the gear, and now we're gonna hit this head first, and I'm already
Yeah,
feeling good.
that double decker 10K is like, I feel like that's the only race I've ever like properly trained for.
I didn't even properly train for it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like 1 month I'll
oh,
do great. Like next month I'm not gonna hit a run. I'm just letting you know.
that'll be good for me. Which next month you should win because you're getting into your runs quicker than I am. I still have 3 weeks before which we're
I'm
gonna be
like
about the same.
1 week ahead of you, pretty much.
But if we ever have any runs, I'm trying to run together sometimes though. Not make it a habit, but like since we're on different schedules, but
Well, week
it definitely
11,
helps. We
we
need to get with Trevor and run before he moves, or we'll have to go to Hattiesburg to run.
hey, I need some
I think
change
it's
of
in
scenery,
Hattiesburg.
bro. Running past the cross and Walmart every day is just
So
boring.
yeah, I get so bored, bro. I don't even like running that. Like I'll just drive home and run.
Bro, I'm not running where I live. Stephen Watley,
So
he can run it all he wants, but
yeah,
I'm not doing it.
there's this guy, which I don't know this guy. I've never heard of him. His video popped up today, and he was talking about he's training for the New York City Marathon, and he put his training plan. Let me share that. I'm just gonna pull it up. I'm not even gonna play the video. I'm just gonna let's see.
Bro, the 7 bridges ain't even on the USA Marathon list. What?
So this guy has his training plan. This is it. It's something I actually heard about something like this last week. Instead of a 7-day training cycle, they have a 9-day. And basically, they do that because 7 days is kind of, for some people, it's too much to do your long run again to recover. So basically, it's like, I mean, you could see it. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So he's doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 races before his New York City Marathon. But it's a pretty interesting because look, he's got trail runs, which looks fun, and those mileages don't really change, 3 or 4 miles, and then he's got 2 easy runs before and after his long runs that are kind of like they're like undulating basically. if you know what that word means. Which he's got so many races, this kind of makes his kind of weird, but it's kind of a easy format. But his like all his easy runs, but his long runs and his speed work are really the only thing that progress.
Yeah,
But like look at
I
this week to
actually-
week though. Like if week to week, it's back and forth. He's got an easy week, a hard week, an easy week. Well, I mean, I say easy and a long week, but
I actually thought about how my mileage was progressing, like on the harder short runs, like my 3 miles, 4 miles, and stuff. I thought about keeping those a little closer, doing like 3s and 4s alternating or something rather than my original plan. Because mine is going to be like a flex. I'm probably going to do some fine tuning as I go along. But it's also my first marathon and my first time programming marathon prep, so we'll see how that goes.
yeah, it would have been a lot easier for me to just follow like the BPM plan, but and not have to think about it. But I like thinking about it.
I like
and
the
and
satisfaction of programming stuff for myself and seeing progress. So if I
Yeah,
see the progress,
and
if
you
I
can
don't,
learn.
then it'll be like, oops, see daisy, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's better to kind of go off of something at least the first couple times so you can kind of learn how to do it. But then the only reason I'm doing it myself this time is just because I'm trying to like PR my squad at the same time, which is dumb. But we're gonna feel it out, bro. I'm pushing myself, bro. I'm feeling good on the squad. You're not though.
I'm getting better.
Getting better. It just takes time, bro.
Oh, when you take 3 months off of squatting, it's not gonna
It
like
kinda
come
hurts
back
you a little bit.
magically.
There's Big Bubby Buford. He can't bench press 225. He says he's going to, but he said that 2 weeks ago. But we should do some races like between like some random like a half marathon or like a 10K or that dude had like some 10 milers and he was doing trail runs through the week. Like I'd like to put trail runs, but I don't have enough days in the week if on a 7-day schedule.
We can go hit Sardis. It's not like the toughest trail, but it is a trail.
Yeah. Which that kind of helps. I feel like that helps you.
That helps you towards your next year's Spartan race.
Well, it helps you with like not beating yourself up on the pavement so much. I was listening to something about running, and he was talking about the guys in Africa. I'm trying to think of where it is. It's, maybe Ethiopia, but there's another place that's really big for Kenya. Maybe it was Kenya, but those guys, which they are full-time runners. That's what they like. Apparently, the local power plants, like they're government employees, but they're payroll through the power plants, and they go there for lunch or whatever. But they're training all day. Like that's what they do is train because they're like government sponsored athletes. But they run like one run a week on pavement on the road, and the rest of their runs is like on on gravel or trails, just because of the impact.
It's good, get some variety too, switch it up, and then kind of prepare for whatever a marathon might have.
Yeah, I think it's
I'm
good
sure
for
you're not always
leg and
going to
foot
be on
health.
pavement on every marathon you run. You may have to hit some gravel roads or something.
Oh yeah, like I was getting at earlier, like I wasn't even planning on ever doing a marathon again. I'm just sitting here watching somebody's YouTube video the other day, and dude's running a 52-mile trail run, and I'm like, why do I want to go do this? Which doing the Spartan race, which was there's trail running in the Spartan race, that was fun, bro. And the thing about trail runs and ultras, you don't have to run the whole time. Like a lot of that's like power hikes. and it's just getting done.
Because like, unless you were just some insanely
Unless you're trying to win.
crazy person, you're not going to be running up every single hill you come across in a trail run.
Yeah, and it seems like, which I'd love to do some trail runs, bro. Find us some trail runs, just trail runs to do, and I'm in there.
We can make our own.
But
I
this
know
guy,
Blake
yeah, let's
wants
do
to
it.
Blake wants to do some.
Let's make our own, bro. But this trail run I was watching, bro, it was absolutely beautiful, and it's an excuse to travel. We're going to Chattanooga, and we're staying for a couple days, bro. We're gonna be vacationing. Go ahead and put your off days in, or put your quitting in.
Those can wait, because again, it's not me waiting for approval. It's me telling them, "Hey, I'm not going to be here these days."
Hey, my boss is listening right now. I'm not gonna be there that day.
Then what'd you do?
Buford.
You get a cabin? Is that what you looked at on Airbnb?
Airbnb. Well, I just looked at Airbnb, but we did find like a cabin type place. I think the one I know which one we're getting. I'm just waiting on Abby to look at it so she doesn't feel like I did it without her.
Was it the 210?
Yeah, I think so. It's in like a perfect spot in like the wilderness. You can go swimming, hiking, which we're not going to be doing a lot of running right then because we'll be, peaking or tapering, whatever you want to call it. And so, I mean, I'm sure we'll have to get like a 3 miler in, but
Yeah, like, because my very last week, as of right now, is a 60-minute a speed and interval, which I may or may not do. Just kind of, those are just there. And then I got a 3 and a 4 mile. So
it's going to be it's a nice spot. Like the price point is down here, but it's like compared to the one that was double price, it's like just less. Like I think it's probably even better just because of the location.
So
I think there's the same owner too, but different story.
This is what I'm looking at. Okay, on my weeks, I go from 3 miles the first 2 weeks to 3.5 the next 2 to 4, and then to 4.5, and then 5. I think 6 weeks in a row. No, 4. I kind of want to get rid of them half-mile jumps and just kind of keep it between like 3 and 4,
Just feel it out.
continue doing the 5. Those are really just like short runs, but they're not easy. Those are my I run those fast. So 9-minute paces. Don't care what my heart rate is.
It'll probably end up being
just to
right.
put more effort in, because my long runs are really going to be my quote unquote easy runs. Try to keep them slow.
You don't have to try.
I do, bro. I can't run slow.
Don't.
I tried to run like a 12.5 the other day, and it was almost impossible.
I don't ever look at the paces. I just look at my heart rate, which sometimes I don't even look at the heart rate because I have a trouble, like especially on days where I squatted, like my Monday run. I can't, like, it takes me forever to get my heart rate up just because my legs don't want to move at all. So I'm like going at a 14-minute pace and like they're not moving and I'm just chilling. But yeah, I always have a hard time with the heart rate.
I don't know how you do it, bro. Your heart rate's like 110 every time you run.
Yeah, bro. It's like I have a hard time getting it up, even like just regular running, unless it's hot, bro. If I would have ran with you today, it'd probably been like 170.
But I managed to keep mine pretty low. It was pretty nice. But that last mile or so, it just kind of got a little haywire. It was 160 to 170-ish.
Kind of roll it in. But it's going to average out, though, because the first mile is going to be real low. Just because you're warming up.
My first 5 miles, I was in between 145, 155-ish. I was actually running my miles 3 to 4 at a 148-ish kind of. It was pretty neat.
So how did you figure out what heart rate to go at? You just go based off kind of where we're at? we always talk about? Is that where you got that, or you did the formula?
What? I just kind of look at my zones. You know,
You're looking at
I
the
try to
zones.
stay in zone 3. And
You're shooting for more of a maffetone, which I don't know if you've ever even.
I'm trying not to just like, run every run at, 165, 170,
All right, so the maffetone method. Jose, Jose's in the house, bro. We've had 5 viewers on today, bro. We're peaking. We're at peak. Put work in.
Yeah.
So, maffetone method, which I heard about this through Nick Bear. What's up, Jose? We're just talking about running. He's got the coffee.
Women.
Maffetone method is 180 minus your age, and you try to stay within 10 of that. So you're what, 23 this year?
Yeah.
So 23,
157
to 147, which I'm 154 to 144. So that's a good spot. Maffetone, some people preach against maffetone. They say it's just good for beginners just because it's in zone 3. And zone 3, a lot of people think zone 3 is junk mileage. And zone 2 is where it's at. Really, it's just about running easy. Because if you're hitting the red line every time, you're not going to get better just hitting the red line because your body's just going to stop. You're just trying to survive. But if you're just under the red line,
Bro, if
you'll
I
grow.
run any faster or any slower, I'll be walking. So I'll be walking in zone
You
2.
have a really fast walk pace.
Oh, during my runs today, I was kind of walking, and I was like walking like a 14, 30, 15.
Yeah, that's a run pace for me.
But I was.
It's
kinda
different
like
for everybody, just
sleepwalking.
based off of limb length and stuff like that. But it'll get faster. Like you have to just put the time in, and that's supposed to be like 80% of your training is just easy runs, and your base, that's just like your base level. And then which it worked for me when I did the 10K. So I ain't got any reason to think otherwise. But like it's basically you're raising your base up, and your top speed's gonna go up too. And you gotta hit some speed work in there just to get the speed in. But it worked, man. We're gonna see what happens. I'm ready to get into some longer runs.
Yeah, I'm ready to. I hate to say that I'm ready to start running more because
Jose, what is the longest you've ever ran? You hate to say it, man. It's hard. It's like, bro, why am I excited to train for a marathon?
like, why am I excited to go run for 26 miles and 4+ hours of running? Then again, I've ran that far for.
You're gonna want to do it and then want to do it again.
That's how I am with Spartans.
Bro.
I run a trifecta weekend and I want to do it again.
I was completely disabled after the last marathon, like within 10 minutes of the marathon. Like I was disabled in the marathon. I don't know how I finished. Like I was limping for 7 miles. People were asking me left and right, "Are you okay, bro? Do you need help?" Like I was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm fine." No one inside. I was like crying. I did not want to, but I was gonna finish, bro. Like if I got my head on something, I'm gonna do it.
Bro,
But
this is my training status since I've gotten my watch.
yeah, I don't have that.
Everything's either unproductive or overreaching. It's never in between.
Yeah. That's basically what you do. He's ran so many different runs. Well, whatever, Jose. Hop in the marathon with us, bro. We'll have a running partner. What was I talking about, bro?
Marathon.
Yeah, you're gonna want to do another marathon after, just to, because the first one is just about doing it and finishing it, but the second one's about, all right, I'm gonna get a good time.
I like to challenge myself. So I'm finally getting back in consistent a little bit in the gym, starting to.
You've been saying that for months.
No, I said I'm finally getting back in it. I said the months I've been wanting to get back consistent. Now I'm getting back consistent.
You've been saying that for months.
There's a difference between wanting to do something and acting upon it, and I'm acting.
You've been
upon
saying
it now.
you've been doing it for months, but you
No.
have. But you've had months in there that it weren't.
No, this is just consistency overall, not running.
So, do you think everybody should run, bro?
I got the runs right now.
Like with their feet.
Oh. I think everybody could benefit from running.
And I think it's one thing that even financially, which a gym membership isn't that much. You spend a gym membership in bags of Cheetos a week probably. So financially though, you could just go outside and run. Easy to start. You know. And if you can't run, walk. And then speed up your walks. Do longer walks. Do a couple key walks each week and just add on to that. Don't make too big of a change. People say 10%. It's a good, less than that even if you wanted to progress. But you have to, if you want to get better, you have to do it harder things. You have to go longer. You have to go faster.
See, I think I won't sit here and say everybody should run, but I will say everybody should go out and be active. You know, like when Roger was on first time around and we were talking to him, like even if you just go out and start hiking, right? You're doing just what we are doing while we're running. I mean, you're not at the same intensity but you're getting outside, you're getting active, you're benefiting. You're strengthening when you're doing hikes, you're doing a whole lot of leg strength, right? Hills, you're climbing up, you're dang, I lost my train of thought. But you're just
a hike. All a hike is just
it's just a
walk in the woods.
Walk on the trail,
Yeah.
It's an outdoor walk.
It's better, it's more entertaining.
Weighted or not. It's honestly like when I run, I refuse to run on treadmills. I consider running on like a true form or an assault runner, but I'm just an outside runner. I'm just being outside, being active is, top tier, whatever you would call it.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. Like treadmill for me, it's easier when I'm not feeling like running just to hop on the treadmill, and I can like watch a YouTube video or something. Jose said, "What's that mean?" It's the name of the marathon, bro. But like running outside, man, it goes by a lot quicker. Running on the treadmill with that timer there, I count every second.
Yeah, because like all you have to do is either stare at the people in the gym or stare at the timer.
Which I could watch YouTube, like I said, but still the timer's there. And I'm like, 15 seconds, 14 seconds, So I think running is, if you can't run right now, there's a way to get there. And here's the best way to get into running as a beginner. Like I said, go out for a walk. And walking gets easy. Add time on your walk. Eventually you're going to run out of time. You can't just add time forever. You'll be walking forever. You can't just walk for 24 hours a day and have a life. So walk faster. Do little jogs. Jog a minute, walk a minute. Jog a minute, walk a minute. Add on to that every week until you're running for an hour. It's a long time to go. It's a big jump. So progress yourself from running for a minute
24
to
hours to running 1 hour. That's a big jump.
No. So just progress yourself. Don't look at what everybody else is doing and think, man, I can't do that, so I can't do it at all. Like they all started somewhere and we all started somewhere. You know, the longer you wait, the harder it'll be. But you're still going to get good benefits from it. And here's a workout. I seen this on somebody's thing. So you do 20 sets of 1 minute jog and 1 minute walk. And then each week you kind of work in, all right, I'm going to jog for 1 minute and 5 seconds and then walk the next 55 seconds. Eventually you're going to be running the whole 20 minutes. It's a good way to kind of build it up.
That's 40 minutes.
20 sets.
Of 2 minutes.
You do 20 minutes of it, so 10 minutes each. It doesn't matter how long you do it. Just build on it. Or you could do like Peyton says, throw a hike in there or a ruck. Put some weight on your back. Do something, bro. And
Grab
you'll get
a
there.
barbell, load it up. I'm just kidding, don't do that.
If you go out like we were talking about earlier with the easy run, because that stuff, walking and stuff for most people, if you're overweight, you don't ever, it's hard. You can't run for longer than 10 seconds. Zone 2 for you, an easy run, which would be an easy run for us, is probably going to be a walk to your mailbox and back. You're going to be in zone 2. Just build that up every week. Eventually, you're going to be doing a lot of it, and that's going to be a lot easier for you. All right, so you might have to add the jog in to get your heart rate up enough to actually put in meaningful work. If you get out there and you just run as hard as you can and redline your heart rate, you're not going to make much progress. You'll make a little bit of gains at first, but you're going to burn yourself out and you're not going to get too much. You're not going to get that much better. But on the other end of the spectrum, you're putting in work.
Put that work in, get hard.
That's what I'm trying to talk about. Trying to say, bro.
That's what we're preaching.
A lot of people will get in there and just jump in too hard. They're going to get hurt. But don't do that.
You can't just go in and be hard. You got to get hard. So
right. Because you're soft.
Yeah.
And then 10% rule, like I said earlier, for progression. I mean, just like for my runs, my easy runs, like you were talking about earlier, all I have is like right now, a 30-minute run this week and a 35-minute run. And the next week I have 2 35-minute runs. The next week I have a 35-minute run and a 40-minute run. Just adding 5 minutes to both, to either one of those runs each week until I get to the marathon. So I got a lot more notes on running, but we got to wrap it up.
He's going to work soon.
Yeah.
But my run, originally I wasn't going to run today. But then I realized the month's almost over and I have to put miles in for the Garmin challenge.
I was hoping you were going to give it up. I was ready for that dub, bro. I was like, yeah, bro, he's not going to run the rest of the month. And then you were like, yesterday, you were like, I'm running today, tomorrow, the next day. I'm like, great.
Right.
And I would get
be so hot today and I wouldn't have done it, but
it would be on the week that I'm trying to cut back a little bit just because my ankle was hurting and I was like, all right, well, I need to step back a little bit. Well, I'm probably going to hurt myself tomorrow running just so I'm going to have to run 10 miles. Which is stupid because I haven't ran more than 4. I don't even think I've ran 4. I ran 4 one day this past month, I think. So we'll see what happens. I may just do my 35-minute run. I may do my 5-miler. May do 10 miles. Might run a marathon. Bro, I had this weird thing now where I'm just like, bro, I could just run a marathon. I can just go do it. But I'm not going to do it because I have other training that it will mess up for like 3 weeks. I'm in a good groove with my strength training, and I really don't want to mess it up. So that's why my running volume is really low. But it's consistent. So it adds up. That's why I'm hot on your heels.
Or is it the other way around?
Y'all have been giving me some good props lately about my consistency, and it made me feel good. Y'all taking turns at least.
I talk crap about you. I don't give you any pep talk.
You have.
I only did that in an argument, so.
Yeah, in an argument. Well, he was arguing with Trevor, and he was like, "Well, Dylan's consistent at the gym." But Trevor said it like he
Like,
said
this
something
Dylan's
last
like
week, and
the
I was
only
like,
consistent person out of all of us. So like, what?
and Trevor said something last week, and I was like, "I'm gonna cry." Y'all see me?
I'm
I'm
about to
putting the work in.
consistently win all these Garmin challenges now.
Good luck. Look, after this month, where are we at? After July, bro, it's on. I probably
Bro, the next
It's
2
probably
months are
already
gonna be
on.
hard because of the summer.
bro. And then October is gonna be so good, bro.
Too bad that's when the marathon is.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can't train.
It's gonna
during
feel
it.
so good. But all right, bro. What do we usually say? Like follow us at Dilly Young and Peyton
Dilly
Cook.
Young, Peyton.cook, you know. Go
Grateful
out, put the
Apparel.
work in. Get hard.
Hit the links in the description. Buy some shirts.
We're probably gonna be talking a whole lot more about marathon related stuff in the
Yeah,
following weeks
because it's
as
what we're
we
doing.
begin our preparation.
It's what we're doing, bro.
Apparently, we got a cool person coming on next week.
Here's what I'm gonna do, real quick. Look, the verse of the day. I was gonna read this. It says Isaiah 26:3 CSB. What version you
Where's
be
the
using?
H at? There's supposed to be an H.
It's CSB now, bro. It's like I'm trying to think. It's like I can't think right now. I don't have time. You will keep the mind that is dependent on you in perfect peace, for it is trusting in you. See, I'll go trust in God, trust in Jesus. He'll give you perfect peace if you're dependent on him. So y'all go and like this video, guys. Just share it to somebody you think needs to hear this. Listen to it 6 times over. And look, share it on your Facebook.
Check out Dilly Young's YouTube channel.
Yeah, bro. I'm trying to
Watch
post every
them
week.
videos.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't have a video ready for this week. But hopefully I'll knock one out. I have like 7 videos to edit. And I have like 7 videos I want to shoot. So I'm gonna try. It's hard, balancing the
At
podcast.
least make sure they're posted before you shoot them. That way they don't get hurt.
That's true. And we're hoping to get into some camping. I'll hopefully come out with some content on that. We're working on a date for that, so we're gonna get into that. We're gonna have
1 month from today, bro.
We might have some guns on my channel coming up. Might break into that, but it's hard to balance the podcast and the YouTube. But we're trying. I'm trying to make it a little easier. It's the only hard part is the travel vlogs, just because it's so much footage, and it doesn't really have a point or a story. So it's just trying to find that and put that in there right with when I do like a video in the gym. I have like a point, and it's like I can edit those in like 30 minutes. But like, whatever, I'm talking too much right now. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Put work in podcast. There's something I'm forgetting to say. But whatever. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell. Leave us. Look, we have one last thing. We have 2 podcasts on Apple Podcasts. The one with the most episodes is the one that's current. So if you haven't left a review on the new one, leave a review on there so we can help blow this podcast up. And we're trying to get Peyton out of the factory, bro, and get him. We're trying to get on Spotify for
Get me
$1
back
bajillion
on day shift.
So if we can get $1 million coming in a month on our Patreon, then Peyton can quit his job, and I'll make sure to give him 1,000 of that a month. So
I'll take it.
All right, guys, we'll see y'all next time. Short one today. It's a good one. I didn't want it to be too long, but
It'll be longer next time.
yeah, we got when we have a howl on, we got to kind of make up for it with with the short one. So we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Peace out.